Hi everyone, here's a quick progress update with the binary options. So if you watched my previous video, what you would have noticed is that I intended to withdraw both yesterday, which was Thursday, and today. However, you can never predict exactly what's going to happen. And what I found is that I didn't make enough profit on the Thursday to warrant a withdrawal. So I thought I'd hang tight and see how it went today. And today we made enough to withdraw. So that is what I'm going to show you. At the moment, with this coronavirus pandemic, it has affected the markets in the sense that they're not moving as quickly as they usually do, which means that I have to wait longer for setups before I go in and take a trade. Now, if you're not experienced, you could find yourself just randomly clicking because you get bored. And that's happened to people because you can get addicted to this stuff if you're not careful. And you just randomly click, and then you start losing money because you're being stupid. So what I ended up doing is sitting there and waiting, and in some instances just switching my charts off when I thought was enough. So if we have a look at Thursday's escapades, I'm just going to go to my profile now and do history of live trades. Now you'll notice that at the top there the account balance is 0, and that is purely because I actually withdrew it, and I'll show you that. So let's do a date range check from Thursday, which would have been yesterday, 19th. I'm going to do the order. Let's have a look. Hold on. I want to customize it. I just want Thursday because you can see that I kind of over traded on Thursday. Custom range, just the 19th. That's all I want. Okay. And if I apply that and we have a look here, and I go on to page 2. So we have a look here. You can see that obviously there's a date range there. I started to take trades. In total, we took 11 deals, but my profit wasn't great. I mean, I was 45% profitable, which is not good. I did increase my profit, but it was like by $1 or something. I think I started like the account after I made that withdrawal a couple of days ago. I started the account with $40, and then I think on Thursday I had like 41 or $42 or something after I finished trading, so it wasn't worth the risk in withdrawing. It just didn't make any sense. So if I have a look here and I go to page 1, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, these are all trades that didn't come through. So I had to increase my trade size, like here uh, and here, in order to make sure I made back what or recovered what I was unsuccessful with. So that was Thursday, and if we look at today, which is 20th, custom range again, just today, and we apply that. Oh, yeah, that's what we want. Today I restricted my trading because I traded quite a lot on the previous day and I hadn't made much. So the idea was just to decrease the amount of trades you take, and that's what I did. I decreased the amount of trades I took, and as you can see, I actually made some ground here. So I took 4 deals, and my profitable deals 75%. So I've instantly increased my profit by taking less trades and staying out of the unnecessary ones. So if we look over here, so the Aussie CHF, 100% profit, Euro CAD, 100%, but Aussie CAD, 50%. So all in all, it wasn't too bad. Now, what I will show you is the procedure that I took, because I then had to make a withdrawal from pocket options. So if we go into trading profile, and in fact not even trading profile, I need to go into finance. If I go into finance and I go into deposit, this shows you all my deposit history. So if I go into history here, sorry, you can see that this was the only deposit I made, barring the first one that I put in, which was there from Skrill when I had all that problem and I couldn't get it out, etc., etc. But when I went in recently, completed, I used their promotional code and I deposited 50 USD from Payeer. That's the only deposit I made, and if I go to withdrawals here, here you'll see that I made a $30 withdrawal, which I've recorded the previous day when I said it went through, after messing around with all different cards. And then today I made a 55.36 withdrawal back to Payeer. I then logged into my Payeer account and I withdrew the amount that they've just deposited into my Metrobank account. So I wanted to see if it was actually in Metrobank, which it should have been. So as you can see, transactions now successful, which is great. So I then went and logged into my Metrobank account just to confirm whether it was there or not. And as you can see from here, the top one, 20th of March payout for 41.94 is what I got back. And if you look a bit lower, that's the 15.98 that I got from the other day when I withdrew again. So it's the same reference. So there you have it. So I know it's working. So on Monday, my plan of action is to deposit about $150 into Pocket Option because they'll give me a 50% bonus on that. So I'll get about $225 to trade with. Now, originally, I wanted to withdraw at the end of the week regularly, but in order to keep hold of the bonus that they're going to give me, I need to have at least a $4,000 or $4,000 trade volume. So I'm not going to get that $4,000 trade volume within that first week. I will get there, but it's going to take probably a month or so. So I need to keep the money in the account without withdrawing. So that's what I intend to do. Once I've hit that turnover of $4,000, I can just withdraw whatever's in there and then go from there. Now, the idea is, like I said, with a small account, it's all very well practicing and stuff, but you know, you're not really making a lot of money, even though you might make a big percentage. But if you've only got a small account, the money is not going to go up a lot, which is why I'm going in a bit more heavily now, because I want to actually make some money while I'm doing it, not just a percentage. The idea is with a small account, in order to make something decent, you have to keep going in quite a lot. And every time you go in quite a lot just to make something decent, if you're going with small amounts each time, you're overexposing yourself because you're in the market for a longer period of time. And if you take bigger trades than you should have, which is what I do, but if you don't know what you're doing, then what you're going to end up doing is risking much more than you should. That's why if I go in with a bigger account, then I can take bigger size trades and spend less time in the market, which will result in less exposure and less chance of taking your account down. So that's the main thing here. You want to invest a little bit more money per trade, so a bigger trade size, but not take as many trades. And that way you're limiting your exposure and you're increasing the probability that you are keeping everything that you extract from the market. Anyways, I hope this has been an insight and gives you an idea of what I am up to and what I intend on doing. With regards to the group, I am going to start it. I keep saying I'm going to start it and then I don't do it. But with this coronavirus stuff all happening at the moment, I want to see how the markets behave next week because, like I say, they are very, very slow at the minute. And because they're very slow, it means there's less chances of opportunities arising. You kind of got to sit there and wait for them. And for a beginner, it's not good because mentally, you start to see stuff that isn't there. I know it sounds a bit strange, but you trust me, when you've done it for so long and you first start out, I know I was like, I'd be looking and I'm like, there's an opportunity, and then you take it, and then there is no opportunity there. It's always, you kind of think you've made it happen and you haven't. And the last thing you really want to do is be sitting there and praying that the trade you've just taken is going to go your way. You shouldn't have to babysit trades. That shouldn't be the case. Once you take a trade, you should be like, you take it, you leave it be. Sometimes a lot of people, they like hedging their trades, so they'll take one up and one down. Now, to be honest, unless you hedge it in the right place, what you're going to end up doing is still losing money because you're only going to make a maximum of, say, like 80 or 90% on the trade, right? Now, you're investing 100% of your, so for example, if you invest a $5 trade and 87% of that is, I don't know, $4.35, and then you invest one up and one down, and you've spent $10 and you're only getting $9.35 back, ultimately you're losing. Okay, you are spending more money than need be. So the idea is that when you go in one way, and you are as sure as you can be that it's going to work for you when you do go in. That's the idea. Not go in and think, oh, I'm not sure now, so better go the other way just in case, because what will happen is, like I said, A, you're losing money all the time, but B, when you do make money, you won't keep it because you've taken a trade that hasn't worked out. So it's a bit pointless. Yeah, you've got to get your strategy right. Once, if you're going to join the group, I'll show you the strategy that I use and how I, make decisions. And once you've got that, you stick to it. And if for any reason it doesn't work, stay out. Stay out of the markets until you find that it is starting to work. And by that I mean you could go in with demo again until everything starts to quieten down. Like I said, it has been a rough week with the pandemic, and it's been difficult. I've taken less trades because I wasn't sure of some of the positions they were in. And then when I saw ones that I was pretty certain was going to work, I went in a bit bigger. So that's what I've been doing. See ya.